adventurous holiday in the Highlands. Thank you to my many friends who commented on X when I let them know that on the last day of my holiday, I took a bit of a fall on the way back down from a rather steep walk up to the Falls of Brewer. Unfortunately, broke a rib, but I'm okay. Damaged my knee, still okay. And I'm back behind the wheel again and broadcasting live today, as you can see. Now, I know that some of you were waiting for me to go live earlier on, in fact, about 10-15 minutes ago. Sorry about that. I had some problems with the YouTube connection. So I just wanted to give everybody time to catch on to the fact that the broadcast is going live just now. So just one moment. Yes, I keep getting messages while I'm broadcasting. So anyway, the subject of this program today is not necessarily about the general election. I'm sure you'll be glad to hear the general election is really just taking over everything. And from what I could see on the TV channels when I returned home last night, everything was to do with Rishi Sunak not being at the D-Day commemoration when he should have been. And of course, that is a cardinal sin in English politics. The one thing you can't do in World War II, because the whole of the BBC is obsessed with it, and the Tory party is obsessed with it as well. And any Prime Minister who doesn't attend or takes the time out to go campaigning in a general election campaign is obviously a bad one. So poor old Sunak really shot himself in the foot. The Tories are looking for ways of getting back some of the support that they must have lost from the traditional Tory support in the southeast. Anyway, so back to the main news today, which is that the launch of a new Scottish TV channel is coming up later this summer. Now, I've been involved in co-creating this new channel with its director, Peter Gill. Now, Peter Gill is, before I tell you anything else about the channel, Peter Gill is an Englishman. He is a committed independent supporter. I've met Peter on several occasions. I've taken part in one or two of the documentaries which are going to come up on this new channel, and IndyCar will also feature on this channel as a regular program item and will be available as well on that channel. So that's the good news. The channel itself will launch on the 1st of August, which coincidentally happens to be my wedding anniversary, which is just, I suppose, pure coincidence. So what can we expect from a new Scottish channel? Well, first of all, let me clarify something. The new channel is to be called the Scotland Channel. It is owned by a company called S24, which is headquartered here in Glasgow. All of the content on the Scotland Channel is made here. It's not entirely about independence, although independence content will feature quite prominently in its programming. It will cover everything about Scottish life, including its history, its natural environment, stories, positive stories about Scottish technological developments in both renewable energy, the space sector, which I'll come back to in a moment, natural Scotland, historic Scotland, and all sorts of other subjects which are purely Scottish, made by Scottish content creators from across the board. Now, Peter has created two big documentaries to kick things off. Now, the first one I think is an interesting choice. On the 1st of August, the opening documentary is going to be about Scotland in space. Now, you know that I've been banging the drum for the Scottish space programme for some time, and I have strong connections going all the way back to 1981 on the nascent, shall we say, Scottish efforts to launch a space programme. But what's interesting about Peter's documentary is it takes forward something which I'd wanted to do myself, but I hadn't had the time to do, which was to produce a full documentary about the remarkable achievements of Scotland's two indigenous rocket launcher companies, and those are Orbex and Skyrora, both based in Scotland, both headquartered in Scotland, and both planning to launch from Scotland as well. Peter's documentary will look at how this remarkable industry has bootstrapped itself with almost no help from the United Kingdom's space agency. Now, there have been some help from the space agency, but it's been very late in the day. And of course, the UK space agency is very quick to lay claim to Scottish successes. Anyway, Peter's documentary will air for the first time on the Scotland Channel on its opening day on the 1st of August. Now, I'll give you more and more details of this in coming programmes, but you will be able to look for the Scotland Channel. It is available, and I'll give you some more details in future programmes about how to get in touch. But it has its own website, so if you look on Google at the moment for the Scotland Channel, you'll find links to the channel's main page. The idea is that you can sign up to a regular newsletter, so you will be made aware of notifications of if and when programmes are being scheduled, and a full schedule will appear shortly before the launch. So it's just 53 days to go until that first day. Now, there are also other major documentaries already made, edited and ready to go out on this channel, including everything from the recent resurgence in things like the Robert Bruce Festival, which I believe is still, or was held in Dunfermline, but it's taken a long break of 11 years and now it's back. So there's a documentary on that. There's a documentary on Scotland's efforts to make sure the red squirrel population continues to thrive in Scotland and resists the invasion of the greys. There are a number of other fascinating documentaries in the making at the moment, which will also be appearing on the channel. So there's a lot of stuff. Now, for those of you who are interested in independence primarily, there is a 50-minute documentary entitled "Is Scottish Independence Dead?" Now, this documentary looks at the state of the Scottish cause at the present and looks at the history of it from all the way back in time, basically, all the way up through 2014 and to the present day. And this is a major production by Scottish Television Company for the first time, which looks specifically at independence as a topic. And this is something that you will not find anywhere on mainstream media. One of the policies of the Scotland Channel is that it does not carry any bias. It does not have any bias at all, either towards independence or against it. It's entirely neutral. The idea is that it is only Scottish content producers which make content for this programme channel. They do so in whatever way they wish, and it is entirely indigenous. As I say, the content is largely neutral, although there will be plenty of opportunities for people like myself and other creators to make pro-independence programming, as I've done for the last 10 or so years, to continue doing so and having that shown regularly on the Scotland Channel. So it's great news. After, I don't know, decades, hundreds of years, for the first time Scotland will have its own media, its own TV medium. It will be available online initially. Once things get underway, it will be a commercial channel. So it's not going to only be subscription based. It will be able to be viewed by anybody. It's free to view. Even if you sign up to subscriptions, you don't pay anything. And the more subscribers we get, the more advertising we can carry. The more advertising we can carry, the more programs we can make, and so on. So it is an amazing opportunity for us, not just to support a new television channel, but to have a television channel which is capable, first of all, of supporting itself. And that is key to keeping the Scottish content going, despite whatever is going on in the mainstream medium. So it's very good news. Incidentally, for those of you who are interested in the independence documentary, that will be going out on the 12th of September this year. That's the scheduled time for this 50-minute documentary. So it's a long and involved documentary. I will be featuring on it, as well as many other independent supporters who've been interviewed for the documentary. So it should be a good one. The filming that I did with Peter was done down at the Transport Museum by the Riverside in Glasgow about a month ago. So it was a little bit colder back then and a bit windier back then. But I'm looking forward to seeing the finished documentary when it comes out in September. So all of this is about to happen, and for the first time ever, I think, in Scotland, we will have our own television channel, which has nothing to do with the BBC, ITV, or anybody or any ownership outside of Scotland. It's registered here, it's headquartered in Glasgow, and it will remain here and will not be sold off to anyone. The idea is to keep it here, keep it Scottish, and to keep broadcasting only Scottish content. Most of this is aimed at everybody who's Scottish, but including those who live abroad. The diaspora is spread all across the planet in countries all over the world. And there is a huge interest in Scottish content. But of course, these people can't get it because mostly what they say about Scotland is filtered through the British news media and comes with a heavy anti-independence bias. That doesn't happen with the Scotland channel. Anyway, that's me back. It's nice to be back in Glasgow, even with a painful rib at the moment. So don't anybody make me laugh, please, because it hurts when I laugh. But I'll be back again with the IndyCar shows through the next few days. I'll have more information on the Scotland channel as I get it. For the meantime, I think the dates to note in your diary are the 1st of August for the programme launch, the launch of the new channel. And the next big event, if you're an independence campaigner, will be the 12th of September for the independence documentary itself. Anyway, that is it from IndyCar today. As ever, thank you all for your support, and also thank you to the several people that I met on my travels over the last week who recognised me straight away and said hello. It's nice to be recognised. Thank you. And also thank you to all the people who've continued to donate to the channel of IndyCar, and please keep doing that. Just because this new TV channel exists doesn't mean I don't need your donations. I'm going to still need them for some time to come. Although I'm a director on this new TV channel, I'm not paid yet, and I don't think many of us will be paid for a while yet until everything is established. Anyway, that's it from me today. As usual, keep the faith, but remember, better times are coming, and a new channel is exactly what we need. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.